Well, thank you ever so much. It's lovely to be here. So I am so glad that your mayor started the vulgarity off. Because let me just say, my book is named Hump. And it just goes downhill from there. And in case that's not clear enough, it's mostly a book of pregnancy and mothering poems. And you don't get babies without humping. I mean, really, it's a fairly clear equation. So I'm going to read you some poems from that, and then I'm going to read you some poems from the chapbook. So the first poem I'm going to read, I'm going to give you a few sort of setting the stage poems, a few before poems, before we get to the, hardcore pregnancy things. And I think that, there might be someone in the audience that might want to count the number of times I say breast or tit, just for fun, just to see, and then let me know at the end, just so, like I have a sense of how many times I'm saying it. So the first poem I'm going to read, everyone ready? You've got your number counter ready? It's called Tit Poem. And I have this process. Part of my process is that I post drafts of poems to my blog. And wouldn't you know it, but the internet is roiling with men who are looking for poems about breasts. So I am the answer to any number of search strings, which include poems about titties, tit poems, breast, the poem, like from all over the world. People are looking, you'd think, with all of the porn out there, pictures actual breasts, that there wouldn't be a need for poetry, but apparently there is, and I've got it. And I wasn't really looking to be the most Googled poet by perverts, but I will accept that honor and read you my poem. She made our mother write handle with care across her breast with the thick black tongue of a permanent marker when Mum came to drive her to the hospital that morning. My sister told the doctor, staring at the exclamation marks that spread down between her breasts, one healthy, one suspect, that she was single again, that she needed her tits just right now. The doctor nodded and sent the nurses to tell her to take all her clothes off, as if she was on a suspect first date where the man she thought was healthy tells her what he wants and assumes she can give it to him. She'd stowed her clothes, her two intact breasts still in the cups of her bra, in a locker on the ward. But when she woke up on a different stretcher in a different room, they'd escaped their bonds and were heaped next to her as they would have been on her bedroom floor if she'd been alone. It took her a long time to paw through her clothes, her bandaged breast beating, but her underwear didn't shake out of the long, creased legs of her pants. And when she told them all the legs in the hall, all the charts and chimes and calls from different rooms, different stretchers, a nurse slowed down long enough to say, "Maybe you didn't wear underwear today." As if a woman facing 6:30 a.m. surgery and a suspect tit might go without. It was brand new, hot pink underwear, my sister said, and sat back as people scurried around the ward saying, "Have you seen her underwear? Her underwear is missing," until an intern found them puddled on the floor. Later, she says, "Want to see my tit?" and whips up her shirt before I can say no, to show me a bandage as big as a handkerchief, loaned out by a black and white man to a crying woman, not knowing how or where they cut, or if the doctor took the time to wash away handle with care before he set the knife to her. And that's for my sister Jillian.